Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau podcast. It's your boy Jedediah Barnes here. I'm joined with some of my friends here, Mark Rowe over in Japan, Okinawa, Japan to be exact. And Lane, after his move to Denver, is just, chilling. He's got this new cup he's really happy with. He's got these blinds that he likes. They're look at that cup. This is not official merchandise, but it almost is.
That's
You
right.
know,
Almost. Found it
one
at Target.
one label maker, and that's perfect.
Yes.
Gotta
I was
put a
I was
bureau on
walking
there, and
through.
we're good.
Dude, I will fucking do that. I will figure it out. Anyways, I was walking
Yeah.
through Target and I just fucking saw this bitch. Like it just caught my eye, and it had like a little Christmas because it was like part of a Christmas pack, and it had like little pliers inside and shit. It was just like a cup filled with like it's like a stocking stuffer, and I was like, oh,
Mm.
dude, for sure. It was like $10. It's like why wouldn't I? Came with like little pliers. It's pretty
That's
It's
cool.
like
right.
that steel kind of cup, right?
It's no, it's porcelain.
Porcelain.
It's legit. Yeah, it's porcelain.
Nice.
Fucking,
'Cause it looks like
I
these old steel ones my dad had that are like great for camping because you can just put them
do.
right on the fucking fire.
I know what you're talking about. I want one. I want those too as well. Like, yeah, dude. Fucking
I
A.
want the little mini pliers, man. I love those things.
Yeah, that's
Those are
like
some of the
half
best gifts
labor.
I've ever gotten.
That's like why I bought it, right? Was the pliers.
That's why I would have bought it. I'm just saying. I love those things.
But yeah, what's up, guys? It's been a week, right? Mark, you had to leave unexpectedly last
Yeah, what
podcast.
happened, Mark? What happened, Mark? Tell us what's going on, man. Why would you
I'll,
leave us?
You want to kill yourself,
I'll,
or something? Huh?
I might.
Huh? I'm just kidding.
Well, um, there's a business opportunity that I came across, and if it pans out, I'll talk about it on the podcast. If it doesn't, well, then you'll never know.
Well, I already know, but they'll never know.
Yeah. You all will be in the dark.
You know,
Hope you
Mark,
like that.
I was the one who told Pavel to talk to you about this business opportunity. We're trying to get global here.
You're a fucking Russian Asian. It's all right, Mark.
Pavel. Pavel, that's a weird way to pronounce Putin, but okay.
I was Pavel. Pavel.
Speaking of Russians, uh, when I first got here to my new apartment condo, fucking, we were walking in, and this lady comes out, and she was like, "Oh," like I knew right away, bro, fucking right away. She's like, "Oh, you are a new neighbor." Like I was like, "Oh fuck."
Here
And
we
then,
go.
yeah. Straight up Russian as fuck. I think her last name's like Kurvasha, Kur
Kurvashnichov.
something. Yeah, no, yes, Jed. I don't know how the fuck you did that, but yes, it ends in Chov, right? Like Chov.
Like every other one of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Well,
but
it's either
she
Chav or
was
Ski.
she's so nice, and she was like, "Oh, good." She's like, uh, basically like, if you ever need, she's very like terrible at English. She's lived here 18 years. Husband died 2 years ago. I got the whole fucking talk. Anyways, fucking, she's like, "Oh, if you ever need something," and she like said like butter. She's like, "Butter, eggs, bread. You come to me." And I was like, "Thank you," like,
Aw,
and yeah, and
Lane's
then
got himself a babushka.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
and she,
Got a
and she like, dude. So she was like leaving to get in her car, and you could see her car was banged the fuck up. Like she could not drive at all. like like her mirrors were fucked up. There's big scrapes on the side of her car, and then she like
Ooh.
she gets in her car, forgets where she's going. I think opens her car door, slams it into my BMW. I'm like, what do I say, right? Because she's so nice, right? I can't be like, "Hey, bitch, what the fuck? Watch what you're doing. What the fuck?" And she's like 80, 90 years old. Like, what am I gonna do? She should not be driving. She should not even be You know what? I'm not gonna say it. But it's like, what the fuck was I to say in that instance?
She's gonna have to make up with a lot of eggs and butter,
Dude,
and
yeah.
cheese.
I'm gonna get my money's worth, right? Like,
Yeah.
luckily it was the way she opened it, because she parks, like, when she parks, she doesn't get in the lines. She takes up 2 parking spaces because she just like, and it's like, you would expect someone to back out and then straighten. No, she fucking gets out. She's just like, fuck it. But
The car is stopped. I'm good to get out. Yes.
yeah. And yeah,
Petroleum expensive.
that's. I think she forgot like where she was going. I was very worried. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And luckily she just hit my mirror. She didn't hit my door. So like, thank God. But I'm never parking there. Ever. My wife.
Just hit one thing, don't hit it all. I mean.
Yeah, but other than that, the move was pretty smooth. The house was a mess. We cleaned that up. We're still cleaning like every room. The downstairs is pretty good. It's almost there. So.
Wait.
But yeah.
I thought you guys like had an upper.
What's that? What do you mean?
I thought your condo was not on the base floor.
It's not. So there's.
But you still have multiple stories?
Yes.
Fucking bougie ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
I have.
That's that science money, huh? From the scientist wife you have, little trophy husband looking ass.
So you go. It's like basically one level is non-existent. So like it's the first level, the base level, right? So you go through the door and it's just straight up the stairs, right? That's one level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then then the base level is really the second floor, and then from there you go up another to the upstairs, which is like the 3rd floor. So I'm on the 3rd floor right now, just chatting it up. No seats, I have nothing here. No desk. Fucking, I'm using our luggage to prop up my fucking Mac.
Are you sitting on the fucking floor right now?
Nice.
I got so many fucking chairs, man. You want me to send you a chair? I'm sitting in a chair. I got a chair behind me over there. I got zero gravity chair in there. I mean, I got. Fuck. Hold on. There we go. I fixed it. For everybody that doesn't know, we're using my old laptop as a bot, so to make it even screens for everybody, and to make it easier for Lane. It's editing, because anybody who's edited a video knows that it's just a pain in the ass. We use the blur background effect thing with our logo.
Nice.
So yeah, that's little secrets of how we're doing the podcast. There you go. If you ever want to start your own, now you know a trick.
Yeah,
and
I've
we
been
expect
here
to be
since the beginning, and I barely knew that. So.
Well, we didn't start adding the bot in until our guests, or right before our guests, I believe, because it just made it easier.
Yeah.
Editing wise, because I would add that picture in the Gentleman's Bureau, right? I would add that in. And when you're cropping a video and you're editing, it's like once you put that picture in and you don't have the full video yet, it's like you got to add the picture again, and then you got to edit that, and then add it again, and then you got to merge it, and then you got to pan it. It's a nightmare. This way, too easy.
Yeah, and then if we want to put reference material, we just slap it over it at the time it needs to be there, and it's just so much easier.
Yeah, a little editing.
I just have to deal with my ancient ass laptop being like,
Jesus Christ.
It's so fucking old. It's terrible. It's been. So I got on Minecraft last night because I found a place where you can get free servers. So I've been playing on a server with a couple of friends, and I was getting on last night just to do some grind and get some mining done, do some building. Wanted to put my laptop on over here because I needed it to be like ready for today anyway, and just like watch some YouTube or something, listen to a podcast. Yeah, well, it kept trying to open the new Microsoft Edge or some shit, and it took an hour for it to stop trying to open that. and then another 35 minutes to actually open Chrome, and then it was just like, I'm getting off to go to sleep.
Jeez.
So I was like, wow, thanks laptop for working for me. So I need to get a new laptop. If anybody out there wants to send me a new laptop, just let me know in the comments below.
Nice.
Nice.
They start sending it. We're like request like weird shit. And we're like, hey, if anybody, pony hoofs, I could use some. Just comments below.
Pony hooves.
Yeah, I'm looking for the left eye of a goat. I don't want no right eyes, so don't try to send me right eyes of goats. Just the left eyes of goats.
Have you guys seen the Key and Peele where they're ordering food at the restaurant and they're like, it starts off normal, right? It's like, I'll take some pancakes with a side of sausage, hash browns, and matter of fact, can you add me some toast and butter? It just escalates. Like the guy's like, he twists it and adds like something fancy, and then like Key or Peele, I forget which one. He looks weird at him. He's like, and then he looks at the waitress, and he's like, matter of fact, I'll take a, and then it just gets like crazy.
Yeah, because doesn't
like,
it start with like grits or something, and then like it goes to like something
Yeah.
else, and by the time they're at the end, it's just like the weirdest fucking shit.
No, yeah, it's like, I'll take a rusty a boot with a rusty fish hook. It's like just the dumbest shit. Like,
And then
what?
at the end, you have this table full of fucking weird ass food, and they're just like, I'm not even hungry anymore.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I used to watch the fuck out of that. I don't know if they're still making Key and Peele's, but that shit was fucking hilarious.
I think they're both on to bigger and better things.
Yeah,
I know.
starring in
I want to
movies and
say,
shit.
Keegan-Michael Key. I think he's doing like directing and shit now too. Cause like every once in a while I'll see someone be like directed by Keegan-Michael Key. I was like, I fucking yeah, he's awesome.
He did that one movie where they like the white folk take the black people and they fucking experiment on them.
Get Out.
Get Out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jordan.
That was actually a decent
Peele,
movie.
I believe, not Keegan. Jordan's the one directing everything. Keegan's like acting in like nicer movies now.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna get to the bottom of this one, Mark. See if you're right, because I don't think you are.
I'm pretty sure I am.
Why not?
Jordan's the shorter, like chubbier dude, and then Keegan's the skinny, bald dude. So yeah. And I did see Jordan's on Jordan, whatever his name is. I just said it too. He's on the new Twilight Zone remake or whatever they're doing now. It's pretty cool.
You mean 2020?
I feel like
I saw something. It was like, yeah. So on December 31st, there's gonna be like this big like the intro is gonna start playing for Twilight Zone, and everybody's gonna look up in the sky. It's gonna be like, this episode of the Twilight Zone. Thank you for joining us. It's like, oh shit, no.
Oh, it feels that way though. I'm serious.
So, also, I'm looking up like Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele and stuff. Did you guys know that when they made Keanu, that movie about the gangster cat, like they reached out to Keanu Reeves to be like, do you want to voice this cat? But like because of once you get to like that stage of being an actor, shit doesn't come directly to you unless it's like one of your buddies that's like a director sending it to you. So it got to Keanu's like agent, and the agent was like, nah man, he's not going to want to do that. I'm not even going to talk to him about it. But then one time, I think it was like at like the premiere or something, Keanu Reeves was there, and one of the like Key or Peele, one of them, maybe both, was like, yeah, sorry we didn't get to work together. He's like, wait, what? You wanted to work together? They're like, yeah, we wanted you to voice the cat. He's like, oh, I would have done that. Why didn't you say anything? He's like, we contacted your agency. And they're like, well, they didn't talk to me about it at all.
And then he did something else with it, right?
I think so. I think he did like a cameo after like the after-scene credits. I don't know. I haven't seen Keanu in a while, but that's a funny-ass movie.
That might be a problem with like A-list celebrities, right? Their managers or their agents are just like, nah, he's not interested, but like they don't ever reach out to them, right? Like some things they'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking down for that for sure. But then the agent's like, oh, that's not going to make us any money. Or like, that's going to make him look bad. That's going to put him at the top down to like Key and Peele, like shit like that. Like, I feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. It probably works out better like the longer you're with your agent because they'll know you more as well.
Yeah.
You gotta remember though, Keanu Reeves is like the nicest guy in Hollywood. So
Yeah, the most humble for
Well,
sure.
you know,
Like him on the
that comes from
subways.
immortality.
yes, of course.
You guys have heard
He
this,
has
right?
the wisdom of 1,000 dwarves or something, right?
It seems like it, doesn't it?
1,000 elves.
Yeah. I
Right.
don't want to put like too much strain on your editing skills, but I'm sure there's like one picture where like all the like history photographs that look like Keanu, dating back from
Oh.
like Charlemagne and shit.
Yeah, I've seen those. Well, like you can do that with almost any celebrity. Like if you go back in time, there's so many pictures from like black and
There's
white
only
days.
so many faces to choose from in this world. So
Yeah, right.
look at mine.
So many people just use the auto-generated ones. Personally, I designed mine, you know, painstakingly. Hours of detail put into it. I didn't just take a preset.
I hit the shuffle button before I jumped in life.
Yeah, so Lane,
let's talk about jobs.
Lane just moved to Denver, and like he's a poor boy. He needs like monies, so he got a job. He got two jobs, and then he was like, "I'm gonna take the one that I want over the other one that I got first, because that's how you
I paid
do it."
more too, and it was pretty cake, right?
Yeah,
So
and it's a big company, right?
No, it's
I
actually.
thought you said it was like
relatively
the
small.
biggest security thing
No,
ever in the world.
that's the one I denied.
Okay.
I denied that
Yeah,
job. But they said
you're like, I can't work at the Pentagon.
here's what happened. I got called in for an interview at that job. Went in there, and they were like, "Okay, so just tell me about your time in service." And I told them everything I did, from guarding a little shack to guarding fucking Air Force Two. Was telling them all about my history, right, in the Air Force, and they were like, "Okay, well, here's the job openings we have," and they were like one of them caught my eye, but I was like, how much time do I have to get back to you? Because I didn't tell them this, but I had another interview that same day, and they were like, oh, don't even worry about like a time. They're like, if you want the job, she said don't be desperate. That's what she kept saying. She's like, don't be desperate to find a job or whatever. You can get a job here. Just anytime, send me an email, give me a call, and I can hook you up. So I was like, bet. So I fucking went.
Bet.
Yeah, bet. And those jobs were more armed, like security, kind of like you would actually may get into tussles. And then like some of the job was like you may deal with homeless people and shit. And I was like, and so
there's a lot of homeless people in Denver too.
Oh, it's huge now. It's big. Yeah. And so then I went to the other interview, and basically that job is, I can't really talk about it too much. I mean, I can talk about what the company is. So it's an e-waste company. And if you don't know what e-waste is, it's fucking huge anymore because electronics are produced at a rate so much and that it's fucking hurting the environment. Like it's filling up these landfills. People always want the newest iPhone, the newest MacBook, the newest iPad. So all these old devices are just getting tossed out. Well, this company basically takes those parts, recycles them, does other things with them, hard drive stuff. But yeah, I took that job doing security for that because it pays more, and I don't know. To me, like it's weird. Whenever I think about like what I want to do, I always attach like some kind of moral thing to it. You know what I mean? Like what am I
Yeah.
doing? Why am I doing it? And like for me, that's the perfect job, right? Is like you're getting rid of or you're recycling, which I think is fucking huge for the planet. It's so beneficial. Like I can work for a place that I feel I am actually contributing towards like helping something. Whereas like, yeah, you could go work security armed or unarmed somewhere, but it's like anymore, I don't I don't know, man. It would all depend on why you're doing the security, right? So like there was a job at the other company that I could have taken for homeless, like the homeless people. Like you would literally be by yourself. I think you were armed up, and you would literally be like outside of like a homeless shelter, and you'd get like almost $20 an hour, or no, more than that, more than $20 an hour, and you would just like once it's filled, like the homeless max capacity or whatever, you would like have to be that asshole that would be like, okay, sorry, everybody out. Like, it's full, sorry, you know? And then you'd have to deal with like crackheads and fucking like all these like people who don't have the mental capacity to even understand what the fuck you're saying. And then if they come at you a certain way, like, how would you feel if you had to engage in a homeless person? Like, I would feel like shit. I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah.
Not
You don't
only
want to
that,
be the
but
guy
like, you
kicking
don't
out
know.
homeless people at the end of the day, whenever
Right.
max capacity.
Exactly. And it's like, why, like, and you don't know what they have on them, right? Knives, drugs. Like, they could stab you with a fucking needle, dirty needle or something. Like, it's just a dirty job, right? Like, no one wants that. That's why it pays so much.
Micro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Micro, we're gonna be kicking out homeless people today. Stay tuned.
But
It's a
There's
dirty job,
Micro.
but somebody's got
There's
to do
like
it.
riot shield bashing homeless people. Get out of here. There's no soup for you. Get out of here. Oh god.
yeah,
That's
that's it. That's basically it.
Oh, that's
So
cool,
I got a
dude.
job, and that's cool.
So you went
right?
with recycling phones versus beating up homeless people. Copy. It's a good choice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought so too, Jed.
And it pays more. Like best scenario.
Well, it paid, yeah, for that specific. Like that was just one of the other jobs, the homeless one, that paid more than what I did take. But
yeah.
Oh. So you tell me that beating up homeless people is a lucrative business?
think of it this way.
Patrick.
I
There
mean,
you
think of
go.
it this way. I turned down more money due to like morals, in my opinion. Like, so like I could have went with the other job, right? Made more money, right? And it was closer, so less of a commute. It literally was kind of the town over. It's weird here. It's not really a town.
What I'm hearing is that you're a sucker.
I'm a sucker. I had options.
You care about people. Look at this compassionate fool.
Fuck. But I'm excited. I don't
Yeah. When's your first day?
know. 28th.
Nice.
So like,
Ooh, after
Yeah.
Christmas, get
It's
some
after
good time
Christmas.
in with the wife. Yeah.
yeah, man. Hopefully we can. I
Speaking
don't know
of
what we're gonna do.
Christmas, you guys got plans?
Don't know what we're gonna do for Christmas or anything here because
Yeah, I
everything's.
know. Did you mention coming back to like Bureau County, man? But like, you never did.
Well, I could. See. The issue is I got to take a drug test
Yeah.
for this.
Mhm.
I would, Jed. I literally would. I'd drive there. Fuck it. I wouldn't care. Like, would not give a shit. The issue is I have to check my email every day, see when I have to come in to do a drug test, and then they got to do a background check for me and shit. I don't think I have to do anything for that, but I'm waiting on that impatiently, actually, for the drug test thing because I got to go in, do a drug test and shit. But it would be nice if they were like, hey, come in right now. So then I could be like, cool. So I have a week or something, probably less now, but to go back there, to go back home, see some people, then come back.
Yeah.
You
It's just like you
mother.
don't want to.
You
Yeah, you just
mother.
don't want to be in Illinois when they want you to be there for the drug test. I get you.
Yeah, that would be
Like, yeah, can I send this pee through the mail?
Yeah.
I swear it's mine.
I
Send
swear.
out some wild
clean.
raccoons.
What if I just sent you
Some-
guys like a home test?
This is my homegrown home test.
What do you
Home
guys?
test.
Okay, what do you guys
Those
think about
words
that?
go together so well.
What do you guys think about like drug tests for jobs, especially like in Colorado, right? Like you're in Denver, and they're like, you need to take a drug test. It's like, okay, like how many
You
motherfuckers
do.
are taking? Like, what do you guys think
Okay,
about
what
the job?
drugs are we testing, bro?
Yeah, right.
Personally, I get drug tested at work too. So like I kind of get it, but also like I'm operating heavy machinery, so like it makes sense to me. Like those Hostler trucks, they're like I want to say like 15,000 pounds, maybe 20,000 pounds just by themselves. But the amount of torque and like power they have, they can pull a fully loaded semi off a door, like just drag it. Like no
Right.
no air brakes connected, just dragging a fully loaded trailer. It's like, oh it can just move 60,000 pounds with the brakes on. That's a lot of power. So like I get like why I need to be drug tested because fuck man, you come in a little bit fucked up and then somebody's dead, you know? Like it's that easy.
Right. I got that. But like, let's say they came out with a way to see if you were inebriated while taking the drug test, right? Or like, because with weed, it stays in your system for what, like a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, it kind
Maybe
of
a
depends
month.
on the test.
And
It'll
then in
stay in
person,
your
right?
air for like years. Yeah, and the potency of the strain and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like Illinois green, we all know Illinois green. That's gonna be out of your system in like 4 days
Speak
because
for
it's like
Oh,
yourself.
there's
I
like
don't.
nothing there.
I don't
Fucking
know. I don't know.
stoners.
What is that?
Illinois
These
green's like
hippies.
it's just like that weed that grows in the ditches around Illinois everywhere.
Oh,
Like you
yeah.
literally just
So,
find it
Which gives
just
you a fucking
anywhere.
headache.
Yeah, it's like not even weed, honestly.
It's wacky tobacco.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, like that stuff, it's got like such a low potency. It'll be out of your system in like 4 days. But like yeah,
Well,
normal marijuana will stay in your system for like 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how much of it you smoked.
right. Well, let's say you're off work, right? And you're like, well, it's legal. Let's fucking roll up a fatty, right? And then like you go to work the next day, you're not whatsoever intoxicated. Like you're fine. You're straight edge. They drug test you, comes up positive. Is that fair?
yeah, because you dance
No,
with the devil. And
Shut
you're
the fuck
no.
up.
conspiring with Satan.
You're smoking the devil's lettuce.
Of course
Yeah,
not.
that's
That's
something that,
not
like-
fair at all.
Yeah, that's something that like we've talked about here too, because like I go home to Illinois to visit my family and friends and stuff on the weekends, and like if I smoke a joint back home with some friends at like Wednesday after I got off of a 10-hour shift, and then I'll go back to work until Saturday, like I could get drug tested on that Saturday and just lose my job for something I did on the weekend in a state where it was legal. Like
Exactly.
it's kind of bullshit, but that's why they generally
like if
do
they had a
mouth
better
swabs.
testing. Oh yeah.
That's
Is that like
so, yeah, mouth swab's the first one you do. Generally, the P test is for like you actually had a yard accident, and yeah, so like just like the random drug testings that we do are just mouth swabs because it's like, did you come into work today fucked up? No, all right, get out of here, little scamp. We'll get you next time.
yeah?
Oh no.
I was just thinking like I don't smoke, but I was thinking like, what's an easier way? Because like, take alcohol for instance, right? Gets out of
Yeah.
your system like per drink, per hour, right? Like one beer, 1 hour or whatever, some shit like that, right? So like it gets out of your system fairly quickly. So it's like, how do we make it fair if, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but I don't know if it's passed. It passed at some level of the federal government, but the marijuana was like legalized federally, or like they're trying to push for that. It was like passed at some level. This was like last week. Jed, you want to pull that up? And then
Yep, I'm on the Googs.
so like let's say okay, it's legal federally or even in your state, right? Like how do we make it fair so it's like cool, you can absolutely indulge, but obviously make it known that you're not fucked up on the job. Like, is there a better test we could do? Like Jed said, mouth swabs. I don't know how what the time gap is from when you've done it to when it pops up with a mouth swab.
With a mouth swab, you can usually beat it with 8 hours. So like, say I was going to work at 8 o'clock, as long as I stopped smoking at like 11 and brushed the hell out of my mouth, I should be good. Not that I do it, but like I had a buddy in college that was working for Amazon, and he was a bit more of a risk taker than I was.
You're playing too loose and fast. You're gonna crash.
It's too loose and fast. This rock and roll music.
Exactly.
Shit.
Were you able to find anything on that, Jed?
Yeah, no, dude. All I could find was that people want legalization to happen, and it's people are saying it's inevitable.
I want to say that it's left up to the Senate now, if it's not already rejected. Type in marijuana legalization, House of Representatives.
House passes bill decriminalizing marijuana at federal level.
Yes. Oh, okay. Now it just needs to pass the Senate.
All right. So this was Friday, December 4th, 2020.
Yep.
Oh God! Oh, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! I did not want to start a video. Come on. Hate when that shit happens. Like you're just trying to read an article and it's like, by the way.
I hate it whenever an ad pops up first.
So the House of Representatives
it's like spick and span.
Decriminalize marijuana and seek to address the devastating injustices caused by the war on drugs. Okay. Have we talked about the war on drugs yet, guys?
Yeah, drugs won.
Drugs won. Goddamn.
No, the federal government won.
The devil won. Y'all crazy.
What's wild is like
lettuce.
they wonder like, oh, these states have legalized marijuana. Why are we still having the cartel ship in drugs? Oh, here's a thought. Because you tax the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
No one wants to pay fucking $80 for a fucking gram. Or I don't even know what, like, okay, I know back in the Dizzy, right? $20 a gram. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck the prices are now, but I'm just saying, fucking no one wants to pay.
They haven't changed much.
$50 a gram. No one wants to pay that shit.
Is still a thing. Heroin, fentanyl. There's tons of people on opioids. They're sending those in. But also, I heard the cartels, because of their marijuana stuff has went down, like their sales have, because they're just growing it in the States or whatever.
To heroin.
They're switching to avocados.
Oh, avocados, yeah.
I heard that too.
They're literally selling avocados.
Well, I heard that there was like an insider, like he used to work for the Mexican government, and then he reported on the cartel. What's happening now is China is buying land and buying resources up in Mexico, and they are producing the heroin, the fentanyl, and they're shipping it in. So it's like they've switched from, you said avocados, but I heard they're switching to like more powerful opiates and shit, and they're sending.
Are you telling me that China is nudging in on the Mexican drug trade to the U.S.?
I know you can't believe it, Jed. I know you don't believe that. I know it's hard to believe, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's just
somebody give you a tinfoil hat. You're talking nonsense.
You're not just buying up land. They're not just buying up land and resources in Mexico, though, dude. Did you see that China's
everywhere.
buying up tons of land in America? Like, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. There's a guy. There's
Yeah,
there's I don't know if it's like an individual person or it's like a Chinese company, but they bought up 200 square miles in Texas and built an airport.
Yeah, to ship in the drugs from Mexico. Like, come on.
Or to ship in, I don't know, communist leaders' children to go to college.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or to
Yeah,
ship
man.
out the spies.
It's wild.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
James Bond. Sexy lady
Fucking
time.
China, dude. Ugh. Well, it's only, this whole China thing, it's only going to get worse with Joe Biden.
China.
Like, we are fucked with this
Yeah,
guy.
Lane, you're the one that sent that video to our group chat, right? Of that Chinese dude being like, yeah, so everything was
Yes.
fine when Obama was in presidency because
That's
he's
legit.
easy for us to control, and we have people at the top. And then
We have
things
people-
changed when Trump came in because
Yep.
blah, blah. Like, yeah, so this Japanese dude, not Japanese, this Chinese dude was like, yeah, we do what we want with America because we have people at the top. And it's like,
Yeah.
Nani the fuck, bro?
He
What'd you just
literally
say?
said that. It was on, let's see, Tucker Carlson covered it, the video. He was like, it was a Chinese professor. He was
Lao
talking
86
about
covered it. Tim Pool
a
covered
lot
it.
of places, and then they
A lot
shut
of
it, and then they
individual places.
a lot of places cut it off, and the Chinese government took it down too, the video,
Mhm.
because they were like pretty much saying like, yeah, Trump kind of disrupted everything, which we knew, right? We knew Trump was going to
I
come
knew
in
that.
like a fucking China in a bowl or a bowl in a China shop, like a China in a bowl, quite literally a bull in a China shop, right?
Yeah.
That's a good analogy,
And actually,
because
so
he's just over there knocking fucking,
Ugh.
Chinaware everywhere.
Yeah, man.
And they're like, well, why, there was like a analogy made like, well, Trump's like a bull in a China shop and he's just wrecking everything. And it's like, why do you have so much China? It's like, maybe he's not the issue. Maybe it's just, you've got a lot of bullshit Chinaware in there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, two things. One, do you guys ever watch the MythBusters episode where they actually put a bull in like a makeshift China shop? He didn't hit shit. He didn't hit shit. They set up a bunch of stands in like a bull pit with a bunch of China on it, and this bull like didn't hit anything. It was incredible. Second thing. Yeah, it was super cool. He was a courteous bull. He was a very polite bull. But anyway, second thing, I had a very long talk with somebody because I told them to watch the podcast. And they watched the last one where I kind of talked about how like I didn't hate Trump, how I kind of supported him a bit more than Biden, but how I still didn't really want him for president. But like if it came down to I had to vote for Joe or Trump, I would have voted Trump. And they couldn't grasp it, they couldn't comprehend this. They're like, how could you like somebody that who's that bad, who's that racist and that misogynistic? And I'm like, well. Here's the thing.
Fucking Christ.
When it comes to political leaders, I don't give a shit if they're a bad person. I care if they're going to do what I want them to do with the country.
Or do what they say they're going to do.
That too. That's the big one too. Like even if you say you're going to do something I don't want and you actually do it, I'll be like, well, he said he was going to do it and he did it. Yeah. Like I didn't want him to build a wall. I think that was a fucking stupid idea. We already have a wall that's not working. Like it's not going to get better with a new wall. It's bullshit. Anyway, but getting us out of China, he started it. He did start it. He said he was going to do it, and he started it. So, any politician that makes China nervous, I'm more inclined to get behind.
Yeah.
That being said, I still wouldn't get behind.
They're very low information people who say, "Oh, Trump's a racist. Orange man bad." It's like, okay, name me one fucking example. It's like, what has he done that's so bad? And they're like, well, he's racist. It's like, okay, give me a fucking example. And they're just like,
Charlottesville.
Mexicans. They're like Mexicans and shit. And then it's like, okay, well, that was taken out of context if you actually fucking went back and looked at the whole video, which CNN chopped the fuck up and put it out there for people like you who suck it up and just love to just fucking jerk off the fucking CNN all over your face. So you just fucking got CNN everywhere. Not semen, but CNN, semen all over your face. So you're blinded. You can't see shit because you're just like, the media told me. The media is good. I believe what the fucking media says.
Media bukkake.
I got a real problem with people like that who don't question anything. It's fucking lazy and it's irresponsible. Learn. Don't sit there.
Yeah.
Don't fucking sit there. No, don't fucking sit there and just suck up what the media has to fucking say, because they are controlled, bro. They're gonna feed you everything they can to fucking persuade you, to fucking manipulate your mind, because this is fucking 4th generation warfare. It's not fought in the battlefields anymore. It's fought in the country. It's fought with the media. It's been like this for a while, but it's, when Trump says shit like fake news, people were like, haha, yeah, fake news. He's really saying something. And people aren't paying attention to how fucking biased the major media is. It's fucking true. And anybody who says it's not, you're fucking living under a rock. You need to wake up, stop being lazy, look up information, put 2 and 2 together, all right? Like, when you hear conspiracy theory, I want you to question it, but I want you to fucking look into it. Don't dismiss it. Because a lot of fucking conspiracies, people are just dismissing it and saying, oh, conspiracy theory. It's like, hold on. There might be some ground to stand on here. Why don't you fucking do your due diligence, look up, research. Anyways, fucking, that's my rant. This is a different type of warfare that we're seeing. And it's a mind warfare. And it's, a lot of it stems out of China. And it's fucking huge. And a lot of people don't want to admit that. They just want to dismiss it because it's fucking lazy. And a lot of people, they want to believe that everything is A-okay, right? They want to believe that, though the media is telling me everything's all right, like, it's okay. The media says it's okay. I get that you want to live in that little fantasy world, but wake up, do your research, look into conspiracies, because most of them, they're not theories.
Yeah.
All right. On the topic of like news media and this war that we're kind of fighting with our own country in our head, we're fighting against privacy, we're fighting against misinformation, we're fighting against all this stuff. Anybody that doesn't like think this is like a real thing. In 1949, this guy named George Orwell decided to write a book about what he thought the future was going to be like in 1984. And it's called 1984. And if you want to know what's going on with like the world right now, read this fucking book. This is a work of fiction, but read it. And you'll be like, this motherfucker was thinking about this shit in 1949? Jesus Christ. He also grew up, he spent some time living in Kenosha.
Oh,
I've seen his house. I haven't like been in his house, but like I've been by his house. Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, definitely check that out. 1984 by George Orwell. That's on the Gentleman's Bureau podcast reading list. We're gonna keep adding to that because there are some great books that people need to read. Also, funny little thing, I borrowed this from my mom, and she didn't remember to take out the registration from her 1985 Dodge Neon.
1984, 1985. Oh, these things going to get. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, yeah. So that was like a funny little like a registration from Florida back when she lived in fucking Florida.
Oh wow,
little
Florida.
Thing that I found in it. Yeah, my mom spent 11 years bartending in Miami Beach.
Isn't it wild? If you ask like your parents, like, so what'd you do
they were
before
once
me?
Cool.
They were fucking, dude, the raddest, right? Like my dad said
was
he was in like Tokyo doing fiber optics back when it was like a new thing, right? He's like, yeah, I was in Japan. That was my cat. It's like, oh, I was in Japan, fucking doing fiber optics and shit. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Why have I never heard of this? Like, why you didn't? Like, why are you withholding information and shit? Like, just badass. Just a badass. Dude.
He's withholding information. Get him.
No, he's with the media.
Yeah, but yeah, like my mom, you know, bartended for 11 years in Florida. My dad was a roadie with a band from the time he was like 14. So like, you know, he's just traveling around, like, you know, lugging fucking drums and guitars and shit around. He's got some fucking crazy stories, man.
Dude,
they both got some crazy fucking stories. What's that?
That's the way to live, right? Like, just fucking go out and just, who knows what tomorrow brings, right? That's just such a fucking great way to live. Because you learn so much street knowledge, and you learn so much about life, dealing with all these characters that you run into, right? It's not, I mean, like, yeah, going to an institution going to a college, which is basically a fucking institution, a fucking mental institution.
Yeah.
Fucking the machine, man. The fucking the machine. Anyways, that's cool and all, right? But like, you gotta experience some shit. Like, I'm glad that Jed, when you went to college, you flew out to Germany and I met with you. We had a great time. That was fucking awesome. Mark, I'm glad you're out there in fucking Japan, fucking doing your fucking thing. And fucking, I went to Spain, went to Germany. I've fucking seen all this shit, and now I'm back here, and I'm just glad that I've done what I've done. I don't regret anything at all. Like, it's like, imagine just being like, because you know those people that stay in one fucking area and they never leave. People in Bureau County, we talked about this. People who don't leave. It's like, dude, there's a whole fucking world outside this fucking 360 acre fucking Bureau County or whatever, right? Like, fucking move, leave, go visit something, go live your life. Don't get, because it's like growing.
You can come back, like,
totally
go back if you feel like it's the right thing to do it. You know, some of those people are really lucky to go back and they find happiness where they're at, and they've lived, you know, already, you know, especially a lot of like some of like the older teachers that we had like at our schools and stuff back there, or like some of the more successful businessmen. They had went out and they had lived and brought back those experiences there and made the most of where they are now. So, I mean, I can't knock them for being there at all. You know, and maybe someday I'll go back. Probably not. I really like nice weather, so that ain't gonna happen there. So,
dude, I definitely plan to move back home after I like make it big in Hollywood, and then everybody wants to like suck my dick or whatever. I'm just gonna move back to the boonies in the Bureau County and just be like, no one can fucking find me out here.
Be like Scottie Pippen, just get a bunch of land and then just I don't know, put a shack out there or something. Whatever you want to do with your life.
One of my big things to do, I wanted to make a self-sufficient underground bunker with a little rinky-dink ass fucking shack on top as the entrance, like some.
I've seen that. In a YouTuber. He has one just like that. In his backyard.
If you guys watch one of the Resident Evil ones, when she goes to the place that's like making clones of her, kind of like that. It was like a little, like just like a rinky-dink little shack, and then it went down to this huge underground, like, you know, Raccoon City style, like fucking underground workforce and shit. Yeah, I thought it would be really cool.
I've seen this really cool one where this guy took an old missile silo in like Wyoming, where there's nothing in Wyoming, and he turned it into a whole like. It was so massive. I think he was running out of things to do with it. Like, he even put a basketball court in it and all sorts of craziness.
Yep. Because they're like what, like 100 foot like in a round, and it's like 1,000 feet down or something like that. It's like, it's crazy. It's like an underground skyscraper.
Yeah, for sure.
You've got like each one has like their own little maintenance area surrounding the actual missile, so it's like fucking huge. Yeah,
so
it's wild.
I was actually about to ask, have you like visited a missile silo like during your time in the Air Force? But like, obviously, you know, you can't say too much, but
no. So
I was in Switzerland.
No, which is surprising because that's usually where they send us. But I didn't get the chance to go, and a lot of people that do work those, they don't really like it because it's so inspections. They're on your ass. Or, mind your shit. You gotta have a buddy with you. You cannot leave by yourself. It's always a two-man. If you go take a shit, guess what? Sorry, dude's coming in with you. Like, it's very locked down.
Oh my god!
And people
Don't have to deal
are,
with that.
yeah. And I don't know if I could, but yeah, fucking. A lot of people don't like it just because politics, man.
Yeah.
A lot of politics.
Didn't they have a ton of cases? Like, this might have been a couple of years ago, where people were at like missile silos and they were all tripping on like LSD and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Isn't that wild? Could you imagine?
Like, why are they doing that? That is the last people
like,
I want on those drugs.
Smoking dope too.
Oh Lord.
That was it. Yeah, there's because you said like Wyoming and shit, and like that's where everything is. It's like Montana and all that shit.
Because there's nothing there. It's just like you go forever and never see anything.
Yeah.
Well,
where I'm at, we got NORAD and shit, so that's cool. Well, it's more in the Springs area, but
yeah.
My experience was that Wyoming was infinitely better than Nebraska. But I was just driving through Interstate 80, but like we literally were like visually able to tell when we entered Wyoming because it went from flat nothingness to, oh look, there's some like hills and some bluffs. Still nothing, but at least it's better looking.
You can probably find some cheap ass land in Wyoming. There's like no one there, right? It's very like
sparsely populated.
I wonder, like, so those like desert areas like that are just like it's nothing for miles. Could you plant trees? Would they grow?
That's
depends on the tree.
Yeah, you might be able to get away with like hardwood
this is kind of odd news, but it's important. So Joe Biden just silently, he very quietly added 2 Goldman Sachs members to his cabinet. And it makes sense why. Let me explain this to you. So if you didn't know what Goldman Sachs was, it's like this investment company. It's a global investment company that's basically. So here's a little.
Essentially.
Maybe. Anyways, here's a little. This is from justice.gov, right? Because there's a lawsuit with Goldman Sachs. So here it is. Headline reads, Goldman Sachs charged in foreign bribery case and agrees to pay over $2.9 billion. Foreign bribery. Group Incorporated is a global financial institution headquartered in New York. Okay, Goldman Sachs. Its Malaysia subsidiary have admitted to conspiring to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, or FCPA, in connection with a scheme to pay over $1 billion in bribes to Malaysia and Abu Dhabi officials to obtain lucrative business for Goldman Sachs, including its role to underwrite approximately $6.5 billion in 3 bond deals for Malaysia development, for which the bank earned hundreds of millions in fees. Goldman Sachs will pay more than $2.9 billion as part of a coordinated resolution with criminal and civil authorities in the United States and United Kingdom, Singapore, and elsewhere. Basically, they got caught up in foreign bribery conspiracy. So that's Goldman Sachs for you. And of course, Joe Biden says, well, he doesn't say. He just does. And it's not even, the news isn't covering it.
Naturally.
But it's like, man, what a precedent to set, right? That's what we're doing. I guess it's to be expected with that man, right?
Hey, man,
I don't know, old establishment.
You got to keep the people that put you in power happy, right?
Exactly.
You know what's funny is like, you know how like, well, YouTube changed something, so we can't really say this, but I'm going to try to word it. So, you know how, actually, I can't, you guys will get what I'm doing because I have to say it in a certain way. Otherwise, YouTube will take this video down.
It doesn't understand sarcasm, so you're good.
Yes, exactly. So you know how Donald Trump was a Russian agent, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Well, you know how he was a Russian agent, right? And that
naturally
that he obviously was the election of 2016 was so obviously rigged, right? It was obviously fraudulent election in 2016.
Yeah. What was it? I think it was perfectly fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Mark. 2016, the election was very fraudulent. And so, anyways, and you know how Joe Biden isn't a Chinese, like, sellout? And that he won this non-fraudulent election in 2020? Absolutely non-fraudulent. Nothing wrong with this election at all, whatsoever. I just think it's funny, the 2 parallels.
I mean, outside of, like, speculation, this was a bad election. Like, with the whole, like, world climate. No, I mean, like, the world climate was just fucked for this election, you know? We're coming out of, you know, we're in quarantine. There was, like, a bunch of riots, you know? It's just, it's been one hell of a year, guys. It's crazy to think that we're going to be in 2021 in, like, a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Wild. 2021, just 2021 in general. Like, what is that number?
I never thought I'd see it. I thought 2012 was going to be the end, man. I was like, 2012, that's it. Boom. I'm going to finish high school.
They say, oh, we forgot to switch the numbers around. It's actually 2021. Like, people have said, it said 2012. They said it.
I'm telling you, man. Ugh.
The
That makes
Mayan
sense.
that got lazy and stopped at the counter was like, they're gonna think this means something.
Right. Or
That's
they
right.
did that 8 years or 9 years prior to when it actually is gonna, just to like get people worried.
Well, one of the things that I saw about that was like, yeah, the Mayans didn't account for Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar's adding months to the calendar. So if it was like adjusted or something, it would have been 2021 or something like that. And I was like, well. I'm pretty sure the Mayans had some dude making this fucking calendar, and he was like, "Can I stop now?" They're like, "Well, what are you at now?" He's like, "I got it up to 2012." They're like, "I guess that's far enough. We'll work on it more then, you know."
Maybe the moon and the sun gods will spare us. We'll wait. It's just, we got pyramids to build. I thought you stopped that a long time ago.
Fuck. Pyramids.
Oh wait, you're still making that calendar? Yeah, we're good on that. We don't need that anymore.
We
So
realized
it
days.
worked for 2,000 years.
Oh, you have to do that, man.
We just needed 10. I don't think I'm gonna survive past October, man.
I mean, they've been doing a lot of sacrifices up at the hill. I don't know that we're all gonna make it out of this. Like,
Maybe that's why the
suicide.
world's so shitty, though. Maybe that's why the world's so shitty. We haven't done any sacrifices in a while.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, I was thinking that too. We haven't.
Yeah.
And maybe that's like the whole. Maybe they know, right? Whoever the fuck they is, right? CIA.
They
whoever.
live. They live.
Yeah. That's a great movie. Anyways, fucking my cat.
Scotty.
She ran
Roddy Piper, right?
She ran around. Maybe they know, like, oh, we have to sacrifice so much blood in order to appease the gods, right? So it's like, maybe that's the whole plan of war, right? It's just like sacrifice.
Well, I'm pretty sure the cartel
blood goes
sacrificed
sad.
tons of people, dude. They're just not maybe doing it the right way, and that's what we're messing up.
Maybe that's why we keep them around, right? Because we could just totally annihilate them with our military, right? But it's like, why have we not? Like, we're over here in the Middle East doing this shit, but it's like, why? You know, if they're so bad.
And they're right next to us.
There's obviously
Literally.
money involved both ways. But, yeah. But yeah, did you guys see that? A lot of people are talking about it. I don't think it's that big a deal because it seems like more of a dry throat. But like the Biden speech where he was coughing,
Oh.
people were like, he's got COVID. Like
Shut up. He hurt his foot because he was chasing his dog or something. I heard too. It's like, what is this guy?
I didn't look into that because, you see, it's funny. You know, they make this light-hearted news about Biden, and they don't cover all the important topics on him. They just cover the bullshit, like, oh, he sprayed his foot. And then everybody's like, ha, 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 silly old Biden. Just the same thing with Obama. Like, Obama did this. He made this. He met with, like, a basketball player. Ooh. And he never did that with Trump. Because you know why? Trump was a man who did shit. He actually got shit done. He didn't go fuck off, except for on the golf course. All right?
I was going to say, he did do a lot of golfing. Let's be honest.
I mean, don't kill a man's hobby, right? But
I do like to golf. I will say that. Golfing is fun.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's so obvious how the media treats Biden. It's fucking despicable, dude. And that's why when people like your friend, Jed, who I hope is watching, when he says, well, I'm sure he believes that the media is not biased whatsoever, right? Like the way he talks about how Trump is a racist. It's like, damn, you must be fucking watching CNN when you wake up and go to bed. Like, Jesus Christ. Fucking.
I think they change everything just a little bit, and then by this point they've skewed it, all the wording so much that we don't even notice how biased it is. Not everybody, but a lot of people don't realize it. I think you're doing a disservice by just saying like, oh, he doesn't. I think they little at a time, and then it changed everybody's views. Like people that don't really pay. Like speaking
of little at a time, there was an analogy I heard. A dog had his chain shortened by a link at a time until it got so tight that he could barely move. Dog never resisted. He become conditioned to this shortening of the chain, and that's what's happening with America right now. By the way, people, you need to wake up. If they I get this whole topic of guns are bad. And we need to value safety, like with COVID and stuff too. Like they want to make us wear masks and make us get the vaccine, and when we allow the government to break their own laws during times of emergency, they're just going to make more emergencies so they can continue to break laws.
Yep.
Right now the government is a bunch of preschoolers that's just, the teacher went out for a smoke break and got hit by a car, and now these toddlers they can just do whatever the fuck they want. The checks and balance system stopped working because they started realizing that if they don't check each other, they can just do whatever the fuck they want. All of them. And that's what's happening.
And, yeah, you're absolutely right, Jed. And, a lot of eyes right now, my eyes at least, are on the police. Because without the police enforcing these, they're not laws. I believe Tim Pool calls them edicts. You can look that up. Without the police, it's very it's just wishful thinking, right? It's just,
right.
It's very well, this needs to be done. Go do it. And then, the governor, I believe it's the governor, might be Mayor Cuomo of New York, called the police oath breakers if they didn't follow anything he said. But literally, you have the obligation to protect and serve the community, and if an order comes down that is unconstitutional, you can not follow the order and be well within your rights as an officer in duty, and you're doing yourself and your community a great service. But the police aren't gaining many supporters when they enforce the lockdowns. And did you see the story diner. They dressed up as regular civilians. I don't know if you guys can.
Yeah, I'm cutting out too.
You get good? You guys hear me?
I got you now. Yeah,
I got you now.
Okay,
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, weird.
Oh no.
So yeah, there's this sting operation. Like I think it was like last week or beginning of December, where these police officers dressed up as regular folk, no uniform. They went into a diner, ordered food. When they got the food, they said, "All right, you're under arrest. You know, you weren't following the lockdown orders." It's like that's not a law. These aren't laws. These are unconstitutional. And if you're really
All right, gentlemen, that was episode 16, I believe, and we're wrapping it up because I'm pretty sure the ATF is knocking on Lane's door right now, or maybe Jed's, and I'm sitting over here, scot-free, over in Japan, with no guns, unfortunately.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
still have no
tobacco
9mm.
and alcohol, though.
No, 9mm,
So,
yeah, ammo is a big thing. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Maybe I'll do that
ammo.
today. Maybe I'll just take like a couple hours and just go to every fucking gun supplier in the towns around me and be like, does anybody have 9mm? I only need 16 bullets.
Good luck, bud. Good luck, bud. You might have to go hit up the gang members.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll go back to my old apartment. No, dude. Okay, real quick though. So sorry, I totally forgot about this. So last night I'm at work, right? I'm at work last night, and I get a call, and it's like a 262 number, which is like the area code for like where I live. And then I answer it, and they're like, "This is the Racine County Police Department. Open the door." And I was like, I'm in like a hostler truck, so I just like open my door, like, okay, the door's open, and they're like, no, open the door. And I was like, I didn't actually open the door; it was a joke. But anyway, I was like, what door? They're like, the front door. And I was like, what's this about? And they're like, if you would just open the door, we would tell you. And I'm like, I'm at work. Like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, oh, this calls your cell phone? I thought this just called your room. And I was like, where are you exactly? And he gave me the address for my old apartment building. So I need to call them today to have them remove my name from the registry, because instead of like a buzzer box, they had the outside box, and it would just call your cell phone instead of calling the room. And it was like, it worked out. Nobody ever used it until that time for me. Yeah, like the first time somebody buzzed my room, it was the police department looking for somebody else. Yeah. Apparently they wanted me to open the door so that they could come get somebody else. I don't know what the hell was going on, but it was weird.
Wild.
So yeah, I'm at work and I'm just like
you could
freaking
have
out.
edged, like, egged him on or whatever. It's like, I ain't opening shit.
Yeah. Just fuck with them a little bit.
You really,
what do you want?
Really fuck
We just
want to
talk.
You really fuck over the guy that's
like
sitting in his room.
Right.
You should have just fucked with them and hung up the phone and just toyed with them. They'd call you back. Do you realize what you're doing? You're interfering with an investigation. Beep. Just keep fucking beep. Sorry, I don't live there anymore. Yeah. Be like, oh yeah, sure.
It's calling me. I'm at fucking work.
Yeah, it's the police. Right. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, totally. Good one.
I don't think you could get in trouble. Because it's like.
Especially because the number that they were calling me from was the apartment building. So like when I called the number back, it didn't call them. It called the box that they were using to call me on the outside of the apartment building. So technically, I had no way to. They had no way to prove that it was them. Outside of they like showed up and be like, we were the ones calling. I'm like, yeah, but like to me, I couldn't like Google search that number and find out it was the police department. I did that and I found out that it was my old apartment building. So yeah, it was whack stuff.
Someone actually fucking with you, and they were like, I just want in the building. You just need to open the door. That's what they said, right? You just need to open the door.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah, what if they were just okay, Mark? Cut me off, Mark. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, yes, boys, here we go.
We were heading out. We were doing something. I don't know.
Now Mark's gotta leave again, everybody. It's just what he does.
I leave now. I'm a leaver. Dock my pay. Bye.
That boy's got a lot of quit in him.
Got a lot of quitting. Well, like I was saying though, before Jed's awesome story showed up, and he maybe got somebody killed. We don't know.
Maybe.
Be sure to come back to us for next video and everything. You gotta like the video so then it'll show up in your suggestions, and you gotta subscribe, hit the bell. Help us get to 1 million subscribers or whatever, right?
No.
We're not going to stop at 1 million. We're going to stop at 10 million. So make sure that you like this video. Make sure you share this video with your friends and family. Tell everybody about it. Put a comment down below with what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video. Of course, there's nothing you didn't like about the video because these videos are awesome. They're epic. They're incredible. Hey, let me know if you like the new intro. I think Lane did a great job on it. And like I said, like the video. Also, one last thing, subscribe. That way Come back and watch us whenever you want.
Yeah.
All the
Subscribe, comment, absolutely comment. That helps.
Definitely comment.
Also, if you have any questions, drop them in. We'll be sure to answer them. We actually had one question come in.
Put it down there.
I forgot. We actually had one question come in. Check the email. I don't know how often you check the email, Jed, but we had let me pull it up here.
We had a question come in. Are you shitting me right now?
Nah, deadass.
You're going to wait until we're like at the end of the outro to bring up a
Absolutely.
question.
So you know what? Obviously,
Next
this person,
week.
if they're asking the question, they wait till the end to see if we're going to release this. So,
oh, you know what? Yeah, this is the new thing. We're going to do the outro, and then we're going to answer your questions. So make sure you put the questions in and stay until the end of the video.
Bye.
Later.